clarity out of the way, we've got Harshavardhan Dole joining in from IIFL. Harshavardhan, so for the benefit of viewers, I'll just quickly recap. So for every 10 shares of CESC that you hold, you're going to get, in the power distribution entity, you will get, I think, 2 in the generation. There's 1 in retail, and of course, you'll get 2 shares in CESC Ventures as well. What's your first reaction?
Well, there are 2 things to it. First is the shareholders of CESC had always been apprehensive about non-core, diversification by the company, and the example being, recent buyout of IPL venture, or basically investments in First Source, or basically be the consistent, equity, pumping in Spencer. So that is the reason why the true value of the core power business, which I think is one of the best, considering the fact that this is one of the only companies which has got zero, regulatory assets, either in the generation side or in the transmission side, and it owns, 100% of its own consumer, has never got truly reflected. So now the shareholders will have an option to independently own each of these businesses. And if there is an apprehension of owning, investments in Spencers, etc., they can always dump the stock independently. But to me, through this whole, mega restructuring, I think the ones who wanted to own the core power business will have a great, chance to own one of the quality franchise. And as Mr. Goenka was explaining, the balance sheet of CESC Power continues to be one of the healthiest balance sheets. Over a period of time, I'm sure they'll redeploy this cash to acquire, stressed assets and grow this business independently. So the overhang on non-core diversification is definitely behind. And now essentially shareholders can own a quality power business independently.
Right. In fact, Harshvardhan, this is Nisha from the studio as well. So in fact, that was the prime motive for this entire restructuring to be taken up, and especially with the standalone profitable distribution company, which we don't have any other peer in the market currently. Do you think that there will be immense value unlocking? Is there any number attached to it? And also the stock has fallen 4%. So do you think that all of that was already factored in and now it's a sell-off?
Well, I'm yet to work out, based on the share swap, etc., what the fair value assessment will be for the individual businesses. But as I said, there was always an implicit discount to the core business which was attributed. And to that extent, I think there is a good chance for to make money by owning the power assets, which will be kind of split and listed separately.
Okay, Harsh, coming on to the Spencer's business then, what was the value you were ascribing to that particular business?
Well, in the overall sum of parts, I think part of, impact of, DMart getting listed and the other retail players getting re-rated, some value was certain, some positive value was certainly being ascribed to Spencer's. The way we were looking at is anywhere between 1 to 1.25 times EV to sales multiple was being ascribed. And that was considering the fact that it was not EBITDA positive and it was consistent loss making. But as Mr. Goenka mentioned that, the break even is very much now visible. Hopefully that multiple should also go up if they start, breaking even at the EBITDA level.
Okay, Harshvardhan, thanks a lot for your time today. So that's